some of the best that I have ever seen in the analysis community. He always goes so in-depth about the hidden meaning of each episode and its moral, and how it's tied into the actions that the characters take throughout the episode. I could go on and on and on.
Of that I have no doubt, but I'd really rather you didn't. So the latest round of Analysis Daily has been intense, particularly the rivalry between Kichi FIM and a certain Brawny Buck. Brawny has one decent quality show called A Buck to the Face, where he and guests including Miss Anthropony, Bright Idea and Finn the Pony react humorously to each episode of My Little Pony. There is also another series called Moral of the Story, which is largely unnoteworthy. I was prompted to revisit it after hearing MAP's impassioned speech, and found it to be just as unenthusing as before, the same insipid rambling over a static background delivered in that flat, monotonous voice. Here are a few examples of what good audio should sound like.
As characters, villains can be some of the toughest to create, and it's not uncommon to struggle making these personalities compelling and interesting. After all, villains are just like any other character.
A Mary Sue is a character that is usually defined as one who is practically perfect in every way. They're loved by everyone, are the best at what they do, and they never ever do anything even remotely bad. Sounds pretty boring, right?
When you decide to trust someone who is potentially an untrustworthy and dangerous person, everyone has to stick by it whether they like it or not and accept them as a friend. When one of your friends decides to trust somebody who is potentially an untrustworthy and dangerous person, oppose it with all your might. It's all about you and your feelings after all, nobody else matters.
All of those sound bites were in their own way engaging and attention-grabbing, at least in comparison to this.
This course of action is often rooted in a fear of confronting that which has caused us pain in the past. And all these people can do is to try to force others around them to conform to their ideals.
It's not even that the writing is excessively bad or anything, the problem lies in the execution. You see, everything Miss Anthropony said might well be true. Maybe Brawny Buck is indeed on an entirely different level, but I will never know. Because like many who browse the internet regularly, I have a short attention span, and I can't get to the end of a moral of the story video without falling asleep, let alone actually take in anything he has said. Therefore, the notion that Brawny's other series, A Buck to the Face, is the one holding him back is a perplexing one.
Brawny, I hear from you all the time on how you talk about Buck to the Face isn't your favorite venue to express yourself. And yet, when challenged on a value named analysis, it was your default style that you chose to answer with. The word of the day, class, is called pretentious.
Here's the thing, Brawny Buck, if you really do think that Buck to the Face is beneath you, and I acknowledge this is coming from a secondary source of somewhat questionable credibility, hence the if, then you should be aware that it is literally the reason why myself and many others are subscribed to you right now. It doesn't matter if more time and effort goes into making moral of the story, because contrary to common misconception, that does not necessarily correlate with the quality of the end product. And while FNGR might be on a crusade to make analysis more critical and thought-based in his words, the bottom line is you can be intellectual, insightful and many other things, but that does not make you entertaining. You can equally have a faultless character, but it counts for nothing if your line delivery does not give the audience a reason to care. So Brawny, if you ever want to win Analysis Daily or be better known as an analyst, you need to produce a better product. Otherwise, stick to what you're best at. Remember to send me your suggestions for pony-related topics or fanworks you'd like me to review through YouTube and Facebook. I'm Midnight, and I'll see you next time.